Hello, welcome to the Master the Crypto course. My name is Aziz and it's a pleasure to meet you. Firstly, thank you for enrolling in this comprehensive course. You've made a great decision to equip yourself with the necessary skills and knowledge needed to navigate the world of cryptos. Let me run you through the overview of the outline of the course. It's divided into 5 sections. The first part is understanding the cryptocurrency basics, which includes Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Which are two of the largest coins in crypto land, right? Okay, part 2 entails fundamental analysis, right? And part 3 is technical analysis, and part 4 is assessing market sentiment, and the last section is starting your investment journey. It's everything that you need to know to start and to maintain your investments and trade, right? So it's going to be an interesting journey, to say the least, and I hope that you learn a tremendous amount that will help you in your investing journey. You don't have to worry if you do not have any prior knowledge on investing or trading or cryptocurrencies or blockchain industry as a whole. It's totally fine. Everybody starts somewhere, especially me. I had no prior background in this. And this course is perfect. It's a perfect platform for you to build your foundation, and I'll be simplifying and breaking down the concepts as best as I can so that you can understand better, right? So without further ado, let's begin, right? Right, let's begin with the market overview on the crypto space so that you can have a general idea on how big industry is and its potential, right? It's growing at an exponential pace, right? The market growth over the past years, even in the past months, has been tremendous. And why you should invest, it is purely because that this is a very new and infant industry, and it's not mainstream yet. So if you know how to invest and you know how to trade, you'll be one of the first few, and the upside potential for being one of the few people who trade cryptocurrencies or invest in them is very, very high. As in, your profit potential is quite high because you are one of the first, right? So if we take a little bit of statistics, right, from economy, which is another crypto coin, they did a lot of research. The statistics on the growth of 100 cryptocurrencies across the board in 2016, in the first 6 months of 2016, shows that the price movement achieved a yield of 357% across the board in 6 months, just in 6 months, right? And only 13 coins yielded negative returns. So just do the math, just think about it. Out of 100 coins, right? 100 coins on average together, they made, as in the price went up by 357%, and only 13 of those coins yielded negative returns, right? So you can have a feel of the profit potential of cryptocurrencies. However, the returns can be misleading, and expertise in the investment field, as well as understanding the nature of cryptocurrencies, is needed for you to really get an optimal exposure into the crypto investment universe, and also to protect yourself so that you understand what you are doing and you know what you're doing, right? So let's run through a few reasons as to why people do not want to invest in it. Okay, I can think of 4 reasons. Firstly is the preconceived notions of for example, the first cryptocurrency, as you guys may know, is Bitcoin, right? The association, the negative perception that people have towards Bitcoin is, oh, it's used as black money, it's used in the dark market, it's used for illegal, if you want to get illegal stuff, or hackers or that. So all these preconceived notions about the negativity of Bitcoin really puts people off, right? but we have to understand that as in someone can use a knife to kill, to cause harm, right? But the knife itself is not a bad thing. It can use in so many, it can be used in so many beneficial ways. This is the same with Bitcoin, right? So it can be used in a number of ways, which is more efficient and much more better than the traditional money that you hold in your wallet right now. So a few people doing bad things does not mean that the Bitcoin itself is bad, right? So secondly, the technical challenge of understanding cryptocurrencies, right? So this is a huge issue and a huge reason why people don't want to get into this, is because they don't understand. It's very hard to understand. If you Google, for example, what is cryptocurrencies, what is the underlying technologies, how to trade them, it can get very messy, because there's a lot of resources, and you are bombarded with all these resources, which can be very intimidating, right? So this is the first step, is to break the barrier of understanding the technical part, so that you have a clear overview of the fundamentals of the technology and the coins. Thirdly is it can be quite inefficient to convert fiat money, which is your paper money, USD, SGD, or whatnot, into into any cryptocurrency of your choice, purely because it's a very new industry, and as in the user experience is quite at its initial stages, so it can be very inefficient for you to switch your fiat money into cryptocurrencies, right? And lastly, people are just plain intimidated. That's it. They just scared to. They are just afraid to venture into something which is very new and has a lot of negative preconceived notions. But you do not worry, because this course will break it down into very simple explanations on core concepts, so that you have a better understanding on cryptocurrencies, its technology, and how you want to invest in them. But before we go on, it's important for me to underline the risks involved in the cryptocurrency space. Firstly, as I've just said, it's an extremely new industry, and as with many new technologies or new industries, there's a high risk. It's very risky. There's a high possibility that it may fail, right? Because there's very little proof of concept, right? True, yes, Bitcoin, the largest coin, has 8 years of experience, and that is quite substantial. But the rest of the cryptocurrency space is still very, very new relative to Bitcoin, so it can get very tricky, and it's very high risk generally. But we feel that this is the main risk, and we feel that the way for you to reduce this risk is to expose yourself and equip yourself with the right knowledge, right and adequate knowledge, so that you can substantially reduce your risk. So at the end of the day, simply, you know what you are doing, you know what you are buying, and you know how you want to profit from having a good plan for you to profit, right? So now I will touch on the next section as to why you really should trade in this, why you really should invest in cryptocurrencies as a whole, right? Firstly is the contribution to the development of a revolutionary technology. Imagine investing in the internet when it started, right? I mean, that if you give this opportunity to anyone will grab it. Why? Because investing in something at its early stages, although it can be risky, but in the long term, if it pays off, right, it's gonna be massive, and you know that you contributed to this technology which will benefit humankind, right? And so you will have a more of as in clarity and happiness, so to say, because you invested in something so early on, and you can say, you guys should have joined me, you guys should have invested early with me, I invested in the internet, but now this is a golden opportunity for you to invest in something which can be really truly revolutionary, that will break the barriers into the traditional modes of how things are currently running the status quo. So So we believe that the contribution to the development of revolutionary tech is definitely one of the main reasons why you should invest. Secondly is ideological empowerment. Okay, what is ideological empowerment, right? Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies as a whole is generally decentralized, right? Decentralized means that power to the people, essentially democratizing power so that anyone with a computer can participate in the process. And when you participate in the process, you can as in you expand resources, you in terms of energy, time and money, for example, to invest in a new coin. And the democratization aspects allows you to be in control of the thing. Anyone with a computer can be in control and have a say in something which is shaping the future. So, but you cannot do that in a traditional, for example, in the traditional monetary system, where the banks and the government controls the money, and they are the one that decides whatever that has got to do with your money, even though it's your money. So they are the one that makes the decisions, and you have no say in that. But Bitcoin, for example, allows you to actually have a say and participate in the whole ecosystem. It's democratizing, and that is a very enlightening concept for us to grasp and for us to really leverage on. Thirdly, and I think this is the main reason why you should, I'm sure many would agree on that, is that the returns is crazy. Earning these kinds of return is impossible if you use traditional investment assets such as investing in the stock markets or real estates, right? So it is impossible for you to earn these kind of returns outside in the traditional investment space, right? So just imagine the average returns that you get if you invest in, say, the stock market is on average is 7% since 1950s. If you invest in the stock markets, you get on average annually 7%. So if you invest $100, by the end of the year you get $7. 7%, okay, you might say, oh, that's good, but here's a relative comparison. The best hedge funds or the best investment funds or mutual funds, they generate a return, an annual return of 20 to 30%. That is very good, right? Average 7%. The professionals, the best funds generate 20 to 30%. That is quite substantial. But those numbers are like minuscule in crypto land, right? I can really assure you, because in crypto land, we don't measure our returns based on percentages, say 7 or 20%. We measure our returns through multiples on your capital. So basically, it's kind of normal to talk to those investing in cryptos, and when they say they earn 2 times, a multiple of 2, a multiple of 4, multiple of 10 of their original investment. So we don't use percentage, because percentage can be quite, like, if you compare, it's 100, 200%, 300% when you can get in crypto. And so we just use more multiples, so you can imagine the distance between investing, the potential returns that you can get investing in cryptos as in comparison to in traditional asset classes, right? So you can just imagine if you're the first few investors that bought Bitcoin when back 8 years ago, when it was like cents on the dollar. That's crazy. Now look at the price, 2,000, almost 3,000 USD. That is crazy. Imagine if you just had 100 of them back then, right? You'll be retiring right now, right? So but we understand that you can make a lot of money in cryptos, but our intention and our purpose is for you not to blindly invest, or worse, gamble away gambling your hard-earned money. It can be crazy. Some people take a loan to invest in cryptocurrency when they don't know what they're doing, right? We want you to have all the necessary skills and knowledge to navigate the market so that you can make an informed decision. We want the odds to be stacked in your favor, and this course will provide you with all the skills, knowledge, and the know-hows that you need to start your cryptocurrency investment journey, or just simply enhancing it if you have prior background, right? So I hope that you enjoyed this video. So this signals the end of our first video in the course, and the next video we'll talk about the basics of Bitcoin. See you then.